Hello, Ivan with Vine Skills here, and this is a special video. We want to give you 3 things that you may not know that your Lead Docket can do. And these are fairly recent features that we are seeing a lot of people love, and a lot of people don't even know it exists. So we want to walk you through these 3 things: Leads AI, status required fields, and then the FileVine Teams integration. So let's dive in. I'm gonna walk through them pretty quickly. There may be other videos to help you actually configure them a little bit better, but I want to show you what they are at least. So the first thing is, you can see my screen here, you're seeing 2 of these features already enabled. First is this yellow box that you're seeing right here. It says, wait a minute, you cannot put this lead under signed up before your incident date is defined, right? So I have configured that on the back end. So if I go here into my manage statuses, you come in here into my signed up status, for example, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, I have required fields on the status. And the biggest kind of value here is that you cannot set certain fields to be required on the front end, on the lead creation end, right? So we used to have required fields in Lead Docket, but they were always required from the beginning, and we know that this is not feasible. Sometimes your intake has to gather information and create a lead without having an incident date at that point. So I have just added that incident date in here and associated with the sign up status, which means I can create a lead. If I go in here and I try to create a lead, my incident date is not a required field, right? So if I come in here, I don't have incident date as a required field, but when I go into my actual lead and try to put it under sign up, it is a required field. So when I'm gonna do this, if I go in here and try to put under sign up status and try to save the changes, it's going to give me an error and say, wait a minute, incident date is required. And this gives you great data integrity in the back end as well. So highly recommend status required fields. Second feature is Leads AI. Leads AI is super helpful, and that's what you're seeing here in this summary. Leads AI is a much more robust feature. It has multiple kind of different things that you can use. The summaries is one part of it, which is the ability to summarize all these dozens and dozens of features that you see, or fields that are in your lead, get all summarized in a quick blurb at the top of your lead. This we've seen be extremely precise and catch things that will take you several times or several minutes to go through all the fields that you may have at the bottom. So again, you will see like details around insurance, details about what happened in the collision. This is just a test lead, obviously, but you get the idea. You have a summary of your lead. We've seen this be sent to attorneys often. So when you sign up a case, instead of sending the attorney like a long list with all the fields and all the stuff in it, you send them a summary that captures a lot more than just this summary box that you may have a description in here. So very useful. You have the same thing under notes. You have a message, a summary notes, a message note, and also you get a fee prediction, which is super awesome. I should mention there is like a really nice article about this predictive analysis. It's not enabled in this specific environment that I'm showing you, but it will show you how likely is a lead to generate a fee. And it's extremely accurate, right? The precision of that model is very, very good. So you can see it, you'll be able to see like the inside your intake dashboard, you'll see all the fees predictions whenever possible. So again, super useful. And then the third thing that I want to make sure to touch bases is the FileVine Teams assignment. So right now, if you go into your Lead Docket and you have Teams in your FileVine, most clients in FileVine right now have Teams already enabled. So if you see at the bottom of your lead, you can select now which teams get assigned right when you push it into FileVine. So this also gets turned on by status. So if I go into my statuses in here and I click status, let me go back, I'm able to show or hide that team's assignment on each status. So again, this is optional on sign up, but you can make it optional or required on any other statuses along your Lead Docket. Super helpful feature as well when you're assigning your team in FileVine. You can do it directly from Lead Docket. I hope this helps. If you guys have any other questions, or if you have common things that you want to know about Lead Docket, we are always recording these training videos at Vine Skills. So send us your questions. Go to vineskills.com, reach out to us, and we'll be putting more and more videos out there on Lead Docket tips and tricks.